Hare Krishna. Here comes
Hare
seeing
Krishna.
through the eyes of Hare Krishna. Here comes seeing through the eyes of scriptures Gyan Cakshu. Please accept our humble obeisances to all the great devotees and Srila Gurudev. On the auspicious day of Indira Ekadashi, we bring you to the fifth session of Gyan Cakshu. Many thanks for being with us in every session. Let's begin the session by seeking Srila Gurudev's permission. Can we start, Gurudev?
Yes, you can start.
Thank you so much. So the first question goes, what are the characteristics of a person who has realized that he is not this body?
Namo Vishnu Padre Krishna Prasad Vidhara Samati. Bhakti Dhira Damodara Swami Gauravan Pachari. Nirvisesa Sanyavari. First Atyadi Satari. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi. Gaura Bhakti Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare. I read in the first canto, one of the purports, the first canto of Srimad Bhagavatam, where Prabhupada mentioned that Aham Brahmasmi is not enough. That I am not this body, and then what? If I am not this body, and then what? I'm a spirit soul. That is not sufficient. That is impersonalism. That is impersonalism. So what is personalism? Mr. Prabhupada explains that personalism means that if I'm not this body, I'm a spirit soul, then I should be engaged in the activities of the spirit soul. That is the activities of the spirit soul. What is that? I should be fully engaged in Krishna consciousness. So for one who has realized that he or she is not a body, it's a spirit soul, then that person should be fully absorbed in Krishna consciousness. Because what is the spirit soul meant for? The spirit soul is not meant like this, like Bhakti Dhira Damodara said. We are not meant to be artisans. That is not what we are meant. I am this, I am that, and that. That is not what we are meant for. That is body, all the body. I'm not a spirit, I'm a spirit soul, I'm not this body. It means that we are fully engaged in Krishna consciousness. One who knows that is not the body is no more involved in illusory activities which ends with this body. We must be engaged in full Krishna consciousness. Full Krishna consciousness means that now we have realized the activity of the spiritual. I should engage the whole of my ability, my intelligence, my knowledge, my life in first Krishna consciousness. My job is full because I know that is activity of the soul. My hearing about Krishna is fixed. I don't have time to hear of anything else because anything outside Krishna consciousness is activity of the body. It's illusion. So one understand that yes, I'm not this body, I'm a spirit soul. So whatever happened to this body shouldn't be a problem for me. For example, if somebody stepped on this body, I should not be angry with the person because I'm not the body. If someone says something abusive to this body, not to me, to this body, I should know that yeah, this what is said is not about me, it's the body. The body is all those things, all the dualities we count. They are the activities of the body. So if I'm not a body, then I shouldn't be worried about what happened to this body, including even if this body is not properly maintained. or to put it in a better way, as the Papa said, the bare necessity of life, the bare necessity. This justify or demonstrate the life of a person who has realized that he or she not the material body, now is a spiritual. One is not more disturbed. Today is a courtesy. One is not more disturbed, but bodily activity, sleeping and eating. Or the disturbances of the body. No one is not more affected by it. We hear how a Satriya, how a Satriya, he was doing a service for his spiritual master. And something happened to the body, which is very, very, very painful. And he didn't get disturbed by it. He continued undisturbed. He continued with the service of spiritual master undisturbed until when the spiritual master noticed that, what is that? Oh, this is the spiritual master. Oh, then you are not a Brahmana. Only a Sattva can tolerate this. A Brahmana cannot. These are the signs that one has realized one is not the material body. All right?
Yes, Gurudev, thank you so much for giving such a beautiful explanation. So our next question is how to defend our deal with Krishna conscious devotees who condemn other people's belief.
We should understand that they are neophytes. That's what we should understand. They are neophyte. How do we deal with neophyte devotee? Neophyte devotee, they don't have a proper consciousness. They don't have a good dealing with others. They are always very in the body. They are just on the body platform. So they act on the bodily platform. So their own existence is just a dealing within the dualities. So when we see devotees not appreciating other devotees' feelings. See, it's just the body. We should know that this person is acting within the material body. He have not realized anything. So we feel sorry for them. According to Rupa Goswami, he has already given the qualities. He has already given the qualities of a neophyte person. The person will recognize that there is at least some idea that the personality of Godhead is there. He will appreciate that, but he will not appreciate what he knows that the Lord is in the temple, but he doesn't believe that the Lord is in the heart of other living entities. That knowledge he doesn't have. He doesn't have that ability. I just remember just to teach us many things. There are devotees who are exalted in their consciousness. But Chaitanya Mahaprabhu also use them to teach us lessons. They are not on the body platform, but Chaitanya Mahaprabhu will use them to teach us many things. Like Pundari Vidyanidhi. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu calls him Father, 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 Pundari Vidyanidhi. That is what Chaitanya Mahaprabhu calls him, Father. Because Pundari Vidyanidhi is Vrishabhanu Maharaj in Krishna Lila. In Chaitanya Lila, he is Pundari Vidyanidhi. And exalted, he was a pure devotee. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu calls him Father, Father. When his disciple, Gadadhara Pandit, Gadadhara Pandit asked Chaitanya Mahaprabhu to give him. So the mantra that I am chanting does not stay in my mind. It is not. It's not working. Can you repeat it for me again? Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, I cannot do that. I cannot do that. Yeah, Guru should do it. Yeah, Guru is my superior. If by doing that, I will be offending spiritual master. I cannot do that. The other pundits, yeah, you can represent my guru. Said, no, your guru will soon be here in a few days. He will soon be here in a few days. So you ask him, he will repeat it again, but he will give it again. If I do that, I'll be an offender. And I don't have the power to offend. See, this is how, this is a position, this is a position Chitan Mahaprabhu knew of Pundari Vidyanidhi. Here in this Chaitanya Lila, Gadadhara Pandit is a disciple. He's a disciple of Pundari Vidyanidhi. In Krishna Lila, he is Krishna. He with Krishna. So it's a fulgence. It's a fulgence who is a daughter of Vrishabhanu Maharaj. When Krishna Lila is a male, Gadadhara Pandit. And Krishna arranged, they also continue with their relationship. That is natural. They continue with their relationship. So when he visited Jagannath Puri, Pundari Vidyanidhi, he's a devotee who never met in Ganga. Before he does anything, before any of his, he stay very close. Anywhere he goes, he will have his residence near to Ganga. So he will see Ganga always. I will see the Ganga, but the full respect. He will never put his feet. I'm not qualified to contaminate Ganga, but I can only take Ganga to purify myself. He never take breath in Ganga. He has a full respect. Such an exalted devotee. This is just come on. If you want to go deep, you should continue. But the point we're making was that he saw Udana Sasti festival. Udana Sasti festival, where it's an occasion, it's a festival. They offer fresh clothes to Jagannath. But they didn't wash it. They don't wash it. They just out of affection. They offer everything to Jagannath like that. And Pundari Vidyanidhi and his intimate, close friend, Dhira Damodara Swami, they are very intimate, very close friends. They are childhood friends, and they are always friends. They love themselves. They are like twins. So one day they visited the temple, and so after the time I had visited and left, then they came after, and they saw this festival. So Pundari Vidyanidhi said, "Oh, what is this? These people they don't have a simple understanding how to deal with the Supreme Lord. Jagannath is the Supreme Positive Godhead. How are they offering unwashed, unclean?" Contaminated the starch to Lord Jagannath without the proper procedure. So Dhira Damodara Swami said, my friend, you see this devotee, they are exalted. Jagannath, if what they are doing is wrong, Lord Jagannath would have told them. On that video, he says, see, Lord Jagannath is the supreme pastor God. He is fully independent. He can do anything he likes. Also do the same thing. Why can't they have the knowledge, this simple understanding? But Jagannath can do anything he likes. It doesn't mean the servants should do the same thing. So as they were talking and talking and talking, in the night when he was sleeping, Lord Jagannath and Balaram, they came to him, and both of them, both Jagannath and Balaram, slapped him both sides. They slapped him. I go on to put the video. He was narrating the story to his friend. They say they cannot stop. They continuously slap me both sides, and their fingerprint was imprinted on my cheeks, and because it was also swollen. So in a dream they were beating him. So Pandit Bidyan said, what did I do? You're beating me. So what did you do? You don't stay here. If you stay here, you're going to destroy yourself. You should leave this place. Go back to a place where you follow rules and regulations. You offer obeisance to me, and at the same time you're criticizing and blaspheming my disciples. What nonsense is this? You should stop this. You cannot. Your activity, your behavior is like you are offering obeisances to a Brahmana, touching his lotus feet, taking dust from his feet, and hitting him by the head. What kind of behavior is this? This is neophyte. We should not stay in this highly exalted place. You destroy yourself. It's neophyte activity. So when we see devotees behaving like that, we should know, oh, these are neophyte devotees. And we should relate with them with distance, not too close. So we don't offend them, and also they don't offend us. The relationship should be based with this distance, not too close. All right?
Yes, Gurudev, thank you so much. Now we have one live question from YouTube, in which the devotee says, Hare Krishna, Srila Gurudev, please accept my humble obeisances. Srila Gurudev, till I have not realized the love of Krishna, does it be possible to control the instinct of negative side within me?
Yes, until we transcend the moods, until we transcend the dictation of our senses, and until we transcend the dualities, we are going to act. We are going to act in with a lot of mistakes and offenses and all that. That should not disqualify us from continuing with our sadhana bhakti. Because which other way are we going to be? Are we going to be free? We will not just wait until one day automatically we become a pure devotee and start to practice. And if that is the way, then we don't even need to practice again. If we can become pure automatically by chance, then we don't need to practice anything again. So we have to continue to practice, but we should know that on the neophyte platform, our life is risky because we can make offense to anyone easily. But we should continue to put effort and pray seriously for forgiveness, for empowerment, for blessings, so we can move forward and eventually transcend the mode. All right.
Thank you so much, Gurudev. So the next question we have is, we see in Srimad Bhagavatam, it is mentioned that Bhagavatam is understood by those pure in heart. Does it mean we should not read or wait until we become pure?
No, we just mentioned I don't have to wait. How will it become pure? It's by practicing. So we should not wait until it becomes pure before you can read Bhagavatam. We should read Bhagavatam. By reading Bhagavatam is an association with Bhagavatam, and that will help us to become pure. It's the Bhagavatam's potency, Bhagavatam's purity, Bhagavatam's nature of being transcendental like Krishna will help us to become pure. So to become pure, we need association. So with Bhagavatam, hearing Bhagavatam from several light souls, we will become pure like the Bhagavatam. That is the importance of association. We associate with those who are above us, who will rise to their platform. So we should constantly, regularly, as recommended by Bhagavatam, Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya. We should regularly associate with Srimad Bhagavatam in association of other devotees who are like-minded. Then we will become purified by the association, the powerful association of the book and person Bhagavatam. That is our fortune. And that is our process. And it is technically called sadhana. Sadhana includes hearing, chanting, remembering, etc. of Krishna, Bhagavatam. Then everything will become clear. We cannot wait until we become pure. How are we going to become pure without practicing? We have to practice, and this is the prerogative for the devotee and the transcendental nature of devotional service. Every mundane thing we want to do, we must become perfect before we do it. But devotional service, Christian consciousness, we start doing it from a lower level where we are. Then with that level, with that association, will be purified and transferred to the highest perfection stage of life, Christian consciousness. So we should read and study Bhagavatam every day, just like we eat every day. We should study, read every day. We bathe every day, we sleep every day, we eat every day. The same way, we should read every day Bhagavatam. We should taste the nectar. So we will know that we are making progress when we develop the taste like the sages at Namisara, who confess to Shuddha Goswami. We are never tired of hearing this nectar. We are never tired. We are never, and we will never be tired, because the nectar which is flowing is so sweet, so enticing, so attractive that one cannot stop associating or drinking this nectar. One cannot stop. Who has the strength to stop? The fortunate person will never have any single strength, even up to the size of a sesame seed, to stop associating or drinking the nectar. Human Bhagavad. So we continue to drink, we should continue to drink, and we should continue to drink. We should keep drinking the nectar. And that will bring us to the stage of immortality. All right?
Yes, Gurudev. Thank you so much. Our next question is, do we have to follow Trinadavi Sunichena for people who are non-devotees?
Therapy should be followed at all times, not at sometimes. At all times, all times, in all circumstances. In all circumstances. Because that is the nature of the soul. That is the nature of the purity. That we are humble. The thing we should consider is humility is not foolishness. Humility is not weakness. It is not foolishness. That misunderstanding what is leading us to answer a question like this. Humility is different from foolishness. It is different from weakness. That we are weak. I cannot fight you. I cannot beat you. So in that way, I will pretend to be humble. That is a different thing altogether. It is not. It is not the foolishness that I'm a fool and accepting unnecessary thing as humility. That is foolishness. It is not humility. It is foolishness. We saw in the life of the supreme teacher of this principle, Sunichena principle. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he demonstrated this practically. He was teaching us how to be humble, which is the nature of this, the soul. A pure soul is naturally humble because we know our limitation and we know the position of the supreme personality of Godhead. So, naturally, the humility is natural, it's pure. No pretension, no foolishness, no laziness. Pure transcendental. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is teaching to Napi Sunichana. He is a supreme teacher. And he maintained that lifestyle. He maintained that. As a supreme perfect teacher, he maintains that. One day, some unfortunate non-devotees who were complaining about his kirtan. They were complaining about his kirtan. So they indirectly approached the Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Animal Pandit, yeah, kirtan is disturbing people who can't even sleep in the night. So the king, the Nawab, he will come after you. He will come after you, and you'll be in trouble. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu replied, "Yes, let him come. I have been teaching and preaching. See, nobody comes to me. They consider me to be a small boy, so nobody comes to me. So it will be a good fortune for me that at least somebody is coming. You see, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu took it in a very positive way. Let the Nawab come to me. Nobody comes to me because they think I'm a child, small boy. So if the king will come to me at this time, oh, that is wonderful. So let him come. This non-devotee. See, he is not a devotee. He is not going to be humble and listen to your philosophy. He's not a devotee. He would do what you show in your interest. We're telling you this. Chitampo say, yeah, no problem. Let him come. I'm ready to have him. Let him come. So he maintained humility. But when Nityananda Prabhu, Lord Nityananda Mahaja, what Akroda Nityananda Prabhu, when he was hurt by Madai, Chitambo came, he forgot the National principle. He invoked the Sudarshan Chakra, and Sudarshan Chakra appeared to kill Madai. You see, he didn't prove foolish, lazy, and weak here. He came out fully when there is a chance to demonstrate the pure humility. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, the supreme teacher, he demonstrated it. So he didn't say, "Oh, Vanchaka Madai." He didn't do that. He was chakra, please come, do service, kill these demons, hurting my brother, my dear brother, who is not different from me. From him, I'm doing all my services, and this man disturb him, he should be killed. I won't spare any person who disturb my devotee. So Lord Nityananda has to tell you, oh, please give up this. You didn't come for this. This is not a time for Sudarshan Chakra. Please stop this. When Mother hit me, Jagai stopped him from further disturbance. So give him blessing. You came here to deliver. You say you're coming for rogues, low class people. So what low class are you going to get more than this? So this is a chance for you to demonstrate your merciful nature. So deliver them. Yes. So we should understand what is humility, so we can do it nicely. It's like Papa explained Bhagavad Gita. Humility means that we should not be eager to expect honor from others. That is humility. We should not be eager to get honor, to get worship, to get respect from other people. But we should respect people, and we cannot respect people if we don't know that they are spirit souls, eternally part and parcel of Krishna. Until we know that, until we have this understanding that we are eternally, that all living entities are eternally parts and parcels of Krishna, and that everything is Krishna's property, that it should never be misused, but should be should be fully used in Christian service for your pleasure. We will never treat people nicely. We will never treat people equally. We will never treat people with respect. We will never. And we cannot avoid making offenses until we got to this point. Then we can be free from offending people and accepting offenses. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you so much, Gurudev. So our next question is, how do we overcome our fault-finding tendency?
Yes. If we want to overcome the disease of finding fault, first of all, we should understand how dangerous that habit is. How dangerous. You understand how dangerous it is. Finding fault is so dangerous. Like 𝐒𝐞𝐞𝐢𝐧𝐠 Swami in his book, one of his books, Ananda Vrindavan Chant, he mentioned the fault founders are like experience one has when the beer is growing. You feel uncomfortable. if you feel uncomfortable or comfortable. For decent people, decent people, clean people, who are cultured. When the beard is growing, it's very uncomfortable. It's itching and it makes one uncomfortable. And when the nails are also growing, for a responsible, clean, neat person who is decent, who has a culture of civilization. So one also feel uncomfortable until the nails are trimmed nicely and the beard is shaved off. Until this is done, one will feel uncomfortable. So, like 𝐒𝐞𝐞𝐢𝐧𝐠 Swami said that the four founders, they make everyone around them uncomfortable. Can one imagine such a situation where one's life is not making other people happy, bringing smile to people's, bringing encouragement to people's life, bringing any sense of hope or security in people's life, but making people miserable by giving anxiety in different ways. Can we imagine such a life? That is hell. That is hell. That means that the four founders are really living in hell. And the proof is that they make other people's life hellish by their behavior, by their speeches, by everything. So this should be understood. Then one will naturally try to, like His Holiness Bhakti Dhira said, we should be love finders. We should try to become or to practice being love finders, not a fault finders. Yes, we have to replace something with something else. We have to replace something with something else. We are dealing with a contaminated sound. We have to replace that with a transcendental sound by chanting Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna. Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. It's a transcendental supreme sound. When this is vibrated, it will neutralize the negative sounds. In the same way, we have to practice finding love and not fault finding. One devotee has approached Krishna Mahaprabhu after he had blasphemed a devotee. He has offended devotees. So he asked Krishna Mahaprabhu, what can I do to neutralize the offense? Krishna Mahaprabhu said, see, as you were taking pleasure in blaspheming devotees, now you should practice glorifying devotees. If we practice glorifying devotees, it will counteract all the negative tendency of blaspheming devotees. If we started a vibrating transcendental sound, it will also neutralize the negative sound. In the same way, if we practice finding love in others, it will neutralize the fault of finding a fault in others. The disease, the danger of being a fault finder to be replaced by the ability of finding fault, the tendency or the nature of finding love in others, finding love in others. That is how we can transcend all this negativity. Otherwise, we don't have any other means to do that. We have to practice giving up negativity by adopting positivity. And that is Christian consciousness, and that is what we're doing every day in Christian consciousness. The habit of reading mundane literature is replaced by the habit of reading transcendental literatures. The habit of eating sin is replaced by the habit of eating sinless food named Krishna Prasad. The habit of seeing a dangerous object, sinful object with sinful desires, is to replace it by transcendental spiritual desires, spiritual activities, spiritual objects. You can see the deities, you can see the devotees, you can see holy places, you can see Bhagavatam, all the Bhagavad Gita, all auspicious things. So this is how we replace negative things, by engaging ourselves in auspicious things, in transcendental things. There is no other way to that. There is no other way to that. There is no other way. This is the bona fide part, the process. Recommended in the scripture, recommended by all the acharyas and followed by all the acharyas. So we can follow in their footsteps and become successful. All right.
Yes, Guruji. Thank you so much. Our next question is, does influence of the three mode on us have stronger connection with our past karma?
Yes, everything that we do, everything that we are doing, everything that we are experiencing is the effect of the previous life, the previous sinful activities we have lived. That has weight in our present situation. That's how we see someone is in a mode of goodness. That means they have practiced that in the past. So this lifetime is in goodness. We have cultured that in the past. So it's a mode of passion and ignorance. That's what we've cultured in the past. So this lifetime we are in ignorance and passion. Or the qualities that goes with it, the food that goes with it, the activities that goes with all the modes. They will function like that, based on how we have lived our previous lives. Similarly, the mode that is controlling us, or the things that we do now based on the mode, it is the result of what we have done in the past. And that is why intelligent person, or those who are knowledgeable, will make advancement in Krishna consciousness, because they will not complicate their karma again. They will not. Rather, our karma will become purified. And as we have said, we will be engaged in purifying ourselves instead of contaminating ourselves. Yes, it has effect. And that is what we are experiencing. Everyone is experiencing it. Whatever is our present situation, we should know that this is what we worked for in the past. And what we are doing now is our future. So in Christian consciousness, what is little bit sincere, we can understand everything, understand what is happening. I shouldn't become envious of you, because you work for what you are, and I work for what I am. What show the image of you? But because of ignorance, we don't know this. So we complicate our karma. All right?
Yes, Gurudev. So we have our last question for today's session. It is it true that without serving cows, we cannot enter Goloka Vrindavan?
Without?
Without serving cows, we cannot enter Golok Vrindavan?
Without cows?
Without
Without
serving
serving cows?
cows. Without serving cows.
Okay. We don't have to directly serve the cows. We can serve Krishna, we can serve the cows by taking to Krishna consciousness. If you take to Krishna consciousness, it will include serving cows. Because Krishna consciousness includes everything. Everything is included. The person asking because, because Goloka means what? The abode of the cows. Goloka. And they are the favorite of Krishna's. Krishna's friends. And Brahma described Krishna's original occupation to be Surabhi Rabi Palayantam. So, the place Kai is so important that the supreme abode of Krishna is named Goloka. You not name something else. It's called Goloka. There's many cows. Abode of the cows. And Krishna is the cowhead boy. That is his eternal occupation. And he's very proud and happy about it. And he openly said that, no, my father, see, we are Vaishyas. Our business, our business has nothing to do with it. Our business is with cows. Yes, let's take care of cows. Let's worship God over that. We're maintaining our cows, giving us fresh green grass, cows, nice kids, our pastimes, and many other things. We have nothing to do with Indra. Let's forget about him. And if you don't worship him, what can you do anyway? So it shouldn't be our concern. So yes, the cow is so important that if you don't understand the importance of cow, you don't bless the cow, you will not go to Goloka. Yes. So we have to take seriously to Krishna consciousness. Then so chant very nicely, so hear very nicely, so serve Krishna very nicely, and associate very nicely. Relate with everyone very nicely, as brothers and sisters, as Krishna's persons. Then we'll be qualified to go back home, back to Godhead. 𝐾𝐽𝐽. Haribo. Go look up Vrindavan. 𝐾𝐽𝐽.
Hare Krishna. Thank you so much, Gurudev. So here we come to an end for the 5th session of Gyan Cakshu. We thank each and every devotee for joining us today and enthusiastically participating. We will soon come back with another question answer session. Please send us your question either in Facebook or YouTube channel. You can also email your question at bddswamisanga@gmail.com. If any chance your question is unheard, we make sure your question is answered in the next session. And we thank Gurudev so much for enthusiastically answering all the questions and being with us once again. Thank you so much, Gurudev.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Srila Prabhupada 𝐾𝐽𝐽.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you.
Thank you so much.